Good morning, all. Stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. Deavaram Residential School is embracing change with the times, with increasing use of technology in all parts of the world. As classes become technology educated, our students have also accepted the methodology and taken it in arms. Respected Adil sir, Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese, Director at STEM Technologies Training Private Limited, Mr. Harris, CEO CyberSquare, Dr. Nusra Nuruddin, and Mr. Mehroof, our alumni, Mrs. Jyoti P., Principal, Deavaram Residential School, distinguished parents, invited guests, my colleagues, and my dearest students. On behalf of the Deavaram fraternity, I wholeheartedly welcome you all to the 4th edition of Digital Fest. Students need to be given the chance to create with technology, not just learn to use it. Hence, the accomplishment of the Digital Season 4. Welcome the blessings of this beautiful morning. Rise and shine to see God's blessings. I call upon Neba P. to chant the prayer.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to God, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds. Most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment, thee we worship and thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those on whom thou hast bestowed thy grace, those whose portion is not wrath and who cannot astray.
Thank you, Naba. Promoting IT mindfulness is one way to boost learning effectiveness. The creativity of our students, along with the support of computer faculties and CyberSquare, have strengthened us to explore novel ideas in the field of digital world. I invite you all to watch a signature video. Over to the screen.
Thank you all, and be patient to see the innovative items to be presented shortly. Technology can become the wings that will allow the educational world to fly farther and faster than ever before if we allow it. In this modern world, especially during these pandemic times, we need technology in every classroom and in every student and teacher's hand, because it is the pen and paper of our time, and it is the lens through which we experience much of the world. In education, technology can be a life changer, a game changer for kids who are both in school and out of school. The wonderful and successful achievements of the student skill and efficacy over the past 3 years have contrived us to move to the 4th edition of Digital Fest. A true welcome is never complete without warm words and warmer gestures. I invite Mrs. Anjana, Coding Club in Charge faculty, to accord a formal welcome to all.
Thank you, ma'am. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. I, Anjana, Digital Fest in charge, feel honored to welcome you all on this auspicious occasion. We all have gathered here for the 4th edition Digital Fest 2022. Digital Fest is a platform where the students can showcase their innovative ideas, talents in various aspects of technology like visual coding, presentation, website development, IoT, robotics, etc. It gives me an immense pleasure to start this occasion by welcoming everybody. I heartily welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese, co-founder, CTO, Edson Technology Private Limited. Welcome, sir. I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Adil Siti, CEO, Habitat Group of Institution and volunteer in charge, Dayapuram. And Principal Jyoti ma'am, Mr. Harris, Cyber Square to the function. I'm proud to welcome Mr. Maruf, Head IT Services, CEPT University, and Dr. Nasra Nuruddin, Electrical Design Engineer, Boeing Defense, to the Digital Fest. They are alumni of Dayapuram, and we are happy to have them with us. It's my pleasure to welcome all the parents to this inaugural session. I do welcome all my colleagues to join us. Last but not the least, I welcome all the students and participants who are an integral part of this institution. I request all for your kind cooperation throughout this program and making it a grand success. I wish good luck to all the students participating. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Anjana. I cordially invite our principal, Mrs. Jyoti P., who is a constant support for all our endeavors, to do the preface. Ma'am, please.
Good morning, all. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese, Mr. Mahroof M., Dr. Nusra Nuruddin, Adil Sir, Harris Sir, teachers, and my dear students. First of all, let me thank each one of you for your valuable support for making Dayapuram as a tech-friendly campus. I would like to share the story and milestones of Dayapuram Digital Campus. Dayapuram joined with Cyber Square to transform students from just users of technology to creators of technology. Thus, Dayapuram became the first school to adopt programming from grade 1. In 2018, Cyber Square was integrated in the regular curriculum, and we had our first edition of Digital Fest in 2018-19. The second edition of Digital Fest was in the academic year 2019-20. The presence of NASCOM President Ms. Debjani Ghosh was a highlight of second Digital Fest. Professor Saji Gopinath, Vice Chancellor, Kerala University of Digital Science, inaugurated third edition of Digital Fest through online in 2020-21 academic year. Another milestone was the launching of Coding Club for students. Mr. B.E. Krishnakumar, Director, Enterprise Solution Service, including Cloud and AI, for the State of Texas Department of Information Resource, inaugurated Coding Club online. It is an opening for the talented, gifted, and interested students who are passionate about technology. The ability to focus on learning assisted by technology is the need of the period. Keeping this view in mind, students put forward and worked on novel concepts. CyberSquare team and our teachers are always guiding and felicitating the students to focus on cultivating fundamental cognitive skills, which are applied and resulted in the outcome of 4th edition of Digital Fest. Once again, I thank each one of you for your valuable support. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Adil Siti, CEO, Habitat Group of Schools, and the volunteer in charge, Dayabram, is keen on bringing the current trends in the education scenario to enhance the knowledge level of the students. I invite Adil sir to address the gathering.
Very good morning to all. I'm very happy to be here online, to join this function online. And I would like to start by appreciating the team behind Digital Festival, which is the 4th edition of Digital Festival, which is happening now. I appreciate all the students and the faculty members who have worked hard behind the scenes to make this event success. And above all, for the 4th edition, we, the Dayabram team, including the principal and staff and the management, is very happy that we are able to present before our students the most eminent and apt personality who is from the field of coding, which is none other than our friend, Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese. We are indebted and thankful to Jerrish for joining us today in this historic moment, which will be marked in Dayabram history. And we also have alumni representatives, Mr. Mahroof, who is joining us from Ahmedabad, who is the IT services head from the CEPT University, and Dr. Nusra, who is joining us from Australia. So my best wishes for this event. One point which I would like to mention here about the Digital Fest, which as principal mentioned, which we started this journey in the year 2017, and which made the Dayabram Residential School the first school in India to start programming classes from grade 1 onwards. And our students, as teachers, this is your success, what we have achieved till date. So the point which I wanted to mention is that the importance of programming, we, as by now everybody knows, and I find it more important because this coding teaches you how to think, to develop your thinking skills. So this is one of the key outcomes or objectives that we aim by introducing programming in for the students. Thank you so much, and once again, best wishes for this digital festival. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I remember a saying, be imaginative to stay relevant, opening new worlds of technology with eyes on the future. Here is a retrospective of the projects and acts perfected by our students. I invite you all for a short journey of vibrant, spectacular shows which tunes into the tech prowess of our students over the last 3 DigiFests. Over to the screen.
As a pioneer in the field of education, Dayabram is very happy to introduce a digital fest with the help of CyberSquare, which will help students to showcase their talents in the field of technology.
This school is one among the very few in Kerala who is having the CyberSquare project in their curriculum, which is enabling the students to code from the primary level itself, and which is equipping them to bring out their innovative ideas into a product level. I wish all success for this program, Digital Festival 1920.
sure that this Digital Fest also will come out with excellent solutions and excellent products from many of you. Let me formally inaugurate this Digital Fest 2021 and wish all the participants all the very best.
I am Mian Lufer of 9th grade. Through CyberSquare platform, we can develop games through programming. I learned JavaScript and Python, etc. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Omar Shadin. I'm very much interested in learning coding with the CyberSquare.
Hi, my name is Milan. With the help of CyberSquare, I was able to come up with this idea and make this website. Thank you, the Avram School and CyberSquare.
So all will admit that there is a conscious change over the years in the field of digital world of our day. Tech gives the quietest student a voice. The above quote by Jerry Blumenthal is fitting the present educational scenario. With tectonic shifts in the way learning is currently being perceived owing to the pandemic, EdTech is a buzzword in the education sector. A dynamic software engineer who has strong passion for coding believes that anyone can be an expert in the field of coding. Our chief guest is a co-founder of EdSTEM Technologies Private Limited, focuses on the developments of website, software, and mobile applications, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, collectively known as STEM, which drives the entire world at present, is incorporated in the name of the company where our guest is a co-founder. He is a right and ideal person to equip us with the latest technology required for instructional media. We are fortunate to have Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese, an information technology engineering graduate, as the chief guest for the 4th edition of Digital Fest 2021-22. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese to inaugurate the 4th edition of Digital Fest and provide an insight to the upcoming tech years. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Respected teachers, honorary guests, parents, and young innovators. I'm really excited to address this audience because this is something that I'm so passionate about, the technology field or coding. So you already got an introduction about me. So let me tell you something, my passion towards technology actually helped me to, co-found EdSTEM Technologies or build up a company like this. Also, I'm actively doing computer programming in various programming languages for more than 20 years now. So if you look back, let's say like 10 to 20 years ago, no one would have thought that, the technology world would have changed like this. That's the kind of disruptive innovation happening around us. So when I got the details of the event from Mr. Adil, something caught my attention. So what it was like, bringing a curriculum that transforms students from just users of technology to creators of technology. So this aligns very much with my thoughts and vision, something that is very important for our country's future also. So let me take this opportunity to share a few points with this young audience. When you think about a curriculum in technology, the most important thing that I can say is it will help you to become a genuine problem solver. This is something that I have experienced and I can vouch for as an experienced software engineer. So if you learn the skills of programming or if you know how to code, you will soon become an excellent problem solver. You may be learning different things in this curriculum, but the focus should be on understanding how things work in the computer world. So back in 1995, that was the time I was introduced to programming when I was in my high school. So I had this opportunity to learn flowcharts and basic programming language. Sometimes I retrospectively look back about my learning in those years, what exactly I gained from those programming sessions, other than inspiring me to pursue a career in computers. So I can definitely say the answer is problem-solving skills. Now, how do I approach a problem? Let's say I have an idea to build a game or a mobile app or whatever you name it. So where should I start? Well, so there are two kinds of approaches. So one is a top-down approach and other one is a bottom-up approach. So in a top-down approach, we do the planning, design, architecture, and other high-level things for the project before we write even a single line of code. In a bottom-up approach, we start with the coding and early testing itself. So personally, for young coders, I'm a strong advocate of bottom-up approach, mainly because you will learn coding and code reusability. And as you progress, your career, you will realize a hybrid approach might be better. So coming back to the idea of this game where, you have to build some complex logic where it, needs to be very exciting. And that's the highest priority for this game. So I would recommend you to, program that portion first, test it in isolation, and probably build on top of that for the other screens of the game, which may be less important, considering the other core logic. Without that logic, the game won't exist. So that's how you should actually tackle a problem. Now, coming to my third point, I would like to discuss what is next for me, or I learned few things during these years from here. What should I do next? Let me tell you honestly, this is the question every technologist keeps on asking these days. Basically, it's a continuous learning. We are living in an era where change is the only constant. So the answer is simple. You must keep on learning. You can't learn everything out there. My advice basically here is just to follow your passion and interest. So let's say if animation and game programming excite you, you have to learn that in depth. Some students like software engineering, some people like data science or machine learning or artificial intelligence. You learn it, you name it, go for it, be an expert and deep dive to learn more. So the Coding Club and this CyberSquare curriculum are great initiative by the Abraham School. Not every student in our state or in this country is getting this opportunity. Hope you can make best use of the platform available. In our projects, we used to have this showcase sessions or demo meetings for the projects that we do for clients. Similarly, in this Digital First, you can showcase your learning and projects to others. As the name suggests, you use this as a festival to celebrate your learnings and get feedback for your work. So feedback is the key here, as it will help you to continuously improve. So by this, I'm formally inaugurating the Digital Fest 2022 at the Abraham Residential School and wishing my very best to all participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the guidance and providing us a picture on how to be an expert in the coding. Next, Dr. M. Bashir, Chairman, Al-Islam Charitable Trust, a renowned critic, is blessing us with a few words through a recorded message.
The Inaugural Residential School in the 2021-22 Digital Fest നടക്കുന്ന ഈ അവസരത്തിൽ അതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെടാൻ അവസരം ലഭിച്ചതിൽ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. എല്ലാവരെയും സ്നേഹാദരത്തോടെ ഈ ഫെസ്റ്റിലേക്ക് ഞാൻ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. ലോകം മുഴുവൻ മനുഷ്യന്റെ കൈവെള്ളതയിൽ ഒതുങ്ങിക്കൂടുകയാണ്. ജീവിതമാകെ ഡിജിറ്റലായി മാറുകയോ പരിവർത്തനപ്പെടുകയോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. ഡിജിറ്റൽ ലോകത്ത് നിന്ന് രക്ഷപ്പെട്ട് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ജീവിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാനാവില്ല. ലോകം മുഴുവൻ കൊറോണ പിടിച്ച് നടുങ്ങി നിൽക്കുമ്പോഴും ഡിജിറ്റൽ ലോകം പ്രത്യാശ ഉണർത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ വന്ന് നമ്മെ വിളിക്കുകയാണ്. എല്ലാ പ്രവൃത്തികളും ഡിജിറ്റലായി ഓൺലൈനായി നടത്താൻ സാധിക്കും എന്ന വിചാരം മനുഷ്യന് ഒരാശ്വാസമായി മാറുകയാണ്. ഇനി നമ്മുടെ പുരോഗതിയും ഗതിയും സംസ്കാരവും എല്ലാം ഡിജിറ്റലായി തുടർന്നു പോകും എന്നാണ് വിചാരിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ സ്കൂളിലെ ദയാപുരം റെസിഡൻഷ്യൽ സ്കൂളിലെ കുട്ടികൾ നിർമ്മിച്ച മോഡൽ റോബോട്ടിക്സ്, വെബ്സൈറ്റുകൾ, ആനിമേഷനുകൾ അതെല്ലാം ഇതോടൊപ്പം പ്രദർശിപ്പിക്കും എന്നാണ് അറിയാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞത്. അത് ഒരു മഹത്തായ ഒരു കാര്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ കരുതുന്നത്. കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷവും കഴിഞ്ഞതിൻ്റെ അങ്ങേ വർഷവും ഇവിടെ പ്രഗത്ഭന്മാർ വന്ന് റോബോട്ടിക്സ് നിർമ്മിക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ വിവിധ വശങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ച് കുട്ടികളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. ഇപ്പോൾ അവർ സ്വന്തമായി റോബോട്ടിക്സ് നിർമ്മിച്ച് അവതരിപ്പിച്ചു തുടങ്ങിയിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് ശ്രീ ജെറിഷ് ഐസക് വർഗീസിന്റെ പ്രഭാഷണം പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ കുട്ടികൾക്കും ഒരു പുതിയ അനുഭവമായിരിക്കും എന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ലോകമെമ്പാടും നടക്കുന്ന ഡിജിറ്റൽ വിപ്ലവത്തെക്കുറിച്ചും അതിലൂടെ കൈവരിക്കുന്ന ജീവിതാവസ്ഥകളെക്കുറിച്ചും ഏറ്റവും പുതിയ വിവരങ്ങൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൽ നിന്ന് ലഭിക്കും എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ കരുതുന്നത്. ദയാപുരം റെസിഡൻഷ്യൽ സ്കൂളിൽ ഇത്തരം ഡിജിറ്റൽ സംസ്കാര വിനിമയ പ്രഭാഷണങ്ങൾ ഇടയ്ക്കിടെ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. അതിൽ എല്ലാ കുട്ടികളും താല്പര്യമുള്ള എല്ലാ ആൾക്കാരും പങ്കുചേരണമെന്നും സ്വയം അറിവ് വളർത്തുകയും ഈ സ്ഥാപനത്തിന്റെ മഹിമ വളർത്തണമെന്നും അപേക്ഷിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ തൽക്കാലം നിർത്തുന്നു. നമസ്കാരം.
Thank you, sir. To offer felicitations for the occasion, we are lucky to have the presence of two of our alumni who have soared greater heights in their respective careers. A double delight, isn't it? Mr. Mehroof, who has a wonderful academic record, heads IT services, CEPT University, Ahmedabad. I invite Mr. Mehroof to offer felicitations.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's a great honor to be addressing this function as an alumni from the olden times. So it gives me immense pleasure to be felicitating this 4th edition of the Dayapuram Digital Fest. Computers and technology have been close to my heart for quite some time. So I'm one of the earliest batches at Dayapuram, during whose time, the computer center was established at the school. So I used to sneak around the computer lab and try to get access to these computers. So we had, I should remember my teachers of that time. We had Sujaya Miss, we had Pramil sir, and then later Halim sir, who was very instrumental in keeping the excitement about technology alive in me. Things that I've learned from at that time, 20 years back, they continue to help me even to this day. So one point being that whatever, as students, whatever you learn at any point of time. They continue to build over your years and continue to help you in across your career. As students, it is indeed fortunate for the current students that the APRM is actively fostering the digital in you. It is very heartening to also know that this integration of the digital and technology has been happening over the past many years, instrumentally and consistently. Right? We live in a world that ever so increasingly runs on code in various forms. Information technology and data has become so central to most of our activities. There is no escape from technology and the digital, right? So I hope that as students, as people who would come out into established careers later, I hope that you are able to keep yourself excited for all the changes that are taking place in the world of technology. It's an ever-changing world, as Mr. Jerrish just mentioned a few minutes back. I also wish that as a school, our Dayapuram continues to innovate on these learning practices and continues to foster the excitement for the new in all our students. In the future editions, I hope that I should surely plan to visit Dayapuram and attend these fests in person, and I can feel the vibes of the activities that students are doing. It should be so exciting to be there in person. All the best to you, student friends, and let me hope that over years, many budding tech entrepreneurs would come out of Dayapuram, right? And much appreciation to all the teachers for keeping the excitement alive in your students. It's a great job that you guys are doing. All the best. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, sir, for your motivational words, which are really an inspiration for the present Dayabarites.
An electrical design and analysis engineer at Boeing Defence, Australia, has a long stride to reach the pinnacle in the field of engineering. I invite Dr. Nusra Nuruddin to offer felicitations to who holds a doctorate in philosophy. Ma'am, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, Your I'm very happy and really honored to be part of this fourth digital fest in Dayapuram. And I would like to wish all the young coders the very best in this festival. Actually, my coding, expert is not that much. Like, I have very limited capacity, and I would like to take this opportunity to address the young girls in this audience, to encourage you to pursue a career in STEM. STEM standing for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Actually, it's a very exciting space for women in STEM. Like, there are a lot of programs that is running worldwide to encourage young girls, especially kids in school, to attract them towards STEM careers. So I would encourage you to look what's happening in your area, see what's happening in Kerala or India, and be a part of that Women in STEM programs. So maybe this is something the school can also look into, to start something to encourage girls in STEM. So the other thing I would like to address is, like, in this era where all your gadgets are connected to a cloud or has the capacity to talk to each other, where your phone is your very best friend and also your worst enemy. With the skills you acquire, you have a really incredible and powerful tool in your hands, and you could use it for, good and bad for the community. So I would like to encourage you to use your skills for a good cause There are so many exciting opportunities in the artificial intelligence field, digital technologies area, where you can help preserve the planet or, make a positive impact to our community and on our planet. So there are many programs where, like smart farming technologies or farming boards or, surgical robots or service robots where you can help people with disadvantages or disabilities. So I would encourage you to use your skills for a good cause and keep working towards your goals. So I will leave you young coders with a final if-then command. If you pursue your dreams, then you will achieve great success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words which illuminated us. I request Ms. Jamshia to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to everyone present here. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard to make this a memorable event. On behalf of the Appuram Residential School and the entire fraternity of the institution, I extend my most sincere thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Jerrish Issac Varghese, for making today's event a resounding success. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to our alumni, Mr. Mahroof M. and Dr. Nusra, for their minute-to-minute support and involvement. I thank our Executive Secretary, Mr. Adil Siti, who graced us with his presence and guidance on this day. A special mention to our respected principal, Ms. Jyoti, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best in today's event. With a deep sense of appreciation, we thank our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. Finally, I appreciate the hard work and talent of all the participants whose cooperation ensured the success of Digital Fest 2022, and everyone else present here who supported